Sometimes when you're negotiating as a freelancer, it's easy to forget that there are other considerations outside of pricing that you should be aware of. If you're finding that a potential client is not able to exactly meet the rate that you have listed, in some cases you'll say, we have to part ways. My rates are my rates. Thank you for the time consideration. Goodbye. In other cases, you still might decide to work for them if they're not too far off from your rate. But in those cases, you should still negotiate and say, in lieu of you paying my standard rate for this type of service offering, I'd be happy to move forward if you were to provide me with a testimonial or a case study at the conclusion of this project, of course, with the caveat of you being satisfied with our collaboration. Is that something that's possible and that we can get outlined in our contract? So that's one consideration that you could include there, and saying, if they're not able to pay you in full, how can they help you attract more clients by providing a testimonial or a case study for you. Something else you could negotiate with is, in lieu of, you can say something along these lines, in lieu of paying my standard rates for this service offering, I would require that you deliver payment in net 15 days as opposed to the proposed standard here of net 30. That would help me move ahead quickly and sign on the dotted line with this project contract. So in that case, typically the standard is net 30, or basically from submission of invoice, you'll get paid 30 days from the company receiving your invoice for your services. And in this instance, you're trying to get payment delivered to you more quickly and negotiating on that facet of collaborating with a company as a freelancer. So trying to get them to go from net 30 to net 15 so you get paid faster, given you're not being paid as much for a given project. And then finally, the most straightforward is, okay, if you're not able to move forward with the project at my stated fee, I will happily take it on to align with your budget, but we will have to adjust the project scope in this way, and this way. Or maybe it's just one consideration or two considerations, but basically you're changing the scope of the project to deliver less time, less coaching sessions, or fewer deliverables, or committing to a shorter timeline for the project. Basically adjusting the scope of the project, what you're expected to deliver to them, to better match the pricing that they're able to afford and want to pay for your services. So those are a few ways to get more out of projects when you're negotiating, because there's more than just what you're getting paid for a given freelance commitment.